Okay, this is the first Soviet update, so if you're the Germans, you're in the wrong video. Okay, I've picked a nice, long shot for this. As you can see, most of your infantry's up here, boxed up, and you've got most of your tanks around there. Okay, I will admit straight off here, first mistake, I didn't apparently load your battalion HQ onto the tank. Thought I did, apparently I didn't. Here comes your smoke. Some of that's yours, some of you isn't by the looks of it. But it's all landing in a nice area, so... Okay, for these videos I'm going to spend most of the minute in like a fixed position, and then at the end of each minute, if there's anything interesting, I'll do a cut to of that. That way it should mean you can follow what the action is a bit better, while still getting to see glorious things like people running around on tanks. As you can see, last T-34 starting off now, because they had a... that's an artillery thing. Right, here's your first cut to. This shows... I'm just going to skip back and forth a little bit here, because there was an interesting bug. There you go. It's only for a split second when I started it, but yeah, the AT guns were mounted on the back of the trucks, not being towed by. You can see tank riders, and here's the rest of your infantry advancing forward in a great manly lump. Right, second minute. Yeah, artillery's over. So, no contact with the Germans, but then again you have smoked the only area you can see. Wind seems to be going in a northwesterly direction. I'll probably move the camera around in a minute just to make sure. But yeah, it's kind of blowing towards the objective, away from the camera at this point. Yeah, just got people moving forward. Your first tanks are approaching the ford. Of course, the ford is going to be the most dangerous bit of this. Pretty much a chance of everyone bogging down. But apart from that, not much else going on. But yeah, this is why we're doing 5 minutes to begin with. Infantry is slowly moving forwards, and we're about to move into minute 3. So yeah, here I've moved the camera. You can see the smoke billowing in the right direction now. Your SUs are getting into position. Finally, remember to give the infantry commander some orders to move. That's Dikizol's guy. First tank is starting to cross now. You've got 2 tanks crossing, 1 at each ford. I think the AI kind of spaces them out so only 1 tank tries to use the ford at a time. So your first tanks are across by the looks of it. That's your 2 T-70s. And we'll have to see how the others do. You've got T-34 moving across now. I did move the camera around more in the last LP, but people found it confusing. You can see your infantry moving out of the woodland now. I'll just adjust the camera just to keep that T-17 track. Yeah. And your first T-34 is across. Let's have a nice little cut to see that then, shall we? This is your T-70 going across. This will show you how deep the ford is. Quite deep. It's so agonisingly slow as well. You see the T-34's lining up straight behind it. And he goes straight into the water there. Yes, your plan is going off without a hitch so far. So you're dead in about 30 seconds. Alright, first truck's hitting the water. And T-34's going across the other ford. Somewhere around here I noticed that T-34 is not moving as quick as it should do. Or is it the one after? Ah, there we go. Your truck's made it across. Your last T-70 is starting to ford now. But something has gone wrong in the centre ford here. This T-34 is bogged down. It's got a chance to fix it out, otherwise it's going to become immobilised in a rather nasty position. Let's have a cut to that in a second. or however seconds left. I can't really read this on my little preview. Oh, and there seems to be a panther there. So I think it's the end of the turn. Let's zoom to. The Germans have got a panther out there, or at least your guys are reporting it's a panther. I'm just trying to figure out who's spotting it at this point before I remember that, you know, you actually click on the guy and it highlights. So it's this T-70 over here that's got a sight lock on it. The other interesting thing is this tank now has been immobilised, it's tracked, it's stuck, and the other T-34s haven't come across. So what I'll do now is I'll give the infantry orders to move off on foot. This isn't as good, of course, but it's better than having them sitting on the tank waiting for you guys to give orders. And I'm guessing this is what you'd want in this situation, so... Alright, your T-70s are into the railroad area, offloading infantry. The others are coming up down to the road. The rest of your infantry are now reaching the swampy area. And as you can see, the smoke has probably got another minute or so before it clears. At which point it's going to get interesting. No other contacts as such so far. Oh, as I say that, what pops up? A Mark IV by the looks of it, with some infantry riding on top. Get towards the end of the minute and then I'll go back and have a look at them. Right, infantry are beginning to fall, and that was the sound of an artillery shell coming in. Unfortunately that's right at the end of the minute, so that won't hit until next minute. So, have fun worrying who's about to die. Zoom in, let's see what we got here. Yeah, Mark IV, moving with a load of infantry on the back, so using tank riders like you. Alright, on to your orders.